Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, in the audition, you only have one go. That's right. So, what happens in the nervousness? How does that affect your playing?
I usually start to shake, which is So sometimes I have problems with my lips shaking, which is kind of uncomfortable. But I'm working on it. So I'm trying to different techniques to solve it. So. Good. It's getting better, but still, it happens. And also my legs start to shake sometimes, and I try to get grounded, so it helps. But still, it happens.
What do you do just before you play?
I try to make my brain silent. So I try to try to focus on when I start on the note when I start, so I don't have all of the thoughts that are running around.
Okay, I'm not a psychologist, so. But when your brain is very excited, telling it to not be excited is not going to work. Yeah. Telling it to be quiet is not going to work. So I would suggest much better to have a strong focus on something you can do. Okay. Like, where are your heels? Where is your weight on the balls of your feet? Usually if you're nervous, you're ready to run, so usually we have our weight a little bit, and ladies wearing high heels in concerts, this kind of can exaggerate it. So really feeling the focus of your weight, where your heels are touching the ground, what is the ground like? Breathing. Can I really feel the air going in? Where is the air going to? Until here, until here, until here. Giving your brain things to do, which will help you, is going to be much more effective than saying be silent. Okay. If you're anything like me. No, I think it's sometimes I can't sleep very well at night, and telling my brain to be quiet and stop thinking like this is impossible. If anything, it goes faster. But what I can do is think, okay, where are my feet? Okay. Let's see if I can relax all the muscles in my feet. Can I relax all the muscles in my calf? Can I relax? Or focusing on your breathing. It's the same process. Okay. So I would say that just before you play, in the orchestra, I very often take the flute, I've got a big solo coming up, and I take as deep a breath as I can, and one more. As deep as I can, hold it a second so that it can use the oxygen, let it out, and then the third time, okay, here we go. And doing just something like that. You can be doing it you can even measure it in your practice room, how many beats you're going to breathe in. Dum, digga, dum, digga, dum. And then go, or something you can make for yourself. We're all different, so I'm not going to say this is what you must do and this will work for you, but having a strong plan of something useful for your brain to be thinking about is going to be much more effective than saying, brain, be calm. Okay. breathing earlier is going to help. I just gave Marco a very hard time for breathing so late.
Yeah.
But many times, those of you who were listening to his lessons, did you notice it? How late he was breathing? It means that you can't really, it's like someone playing the violin and just putting the bow at the last minute on the string. And I think, the beginning of, what would be a good example, violin concerto? Well, something like that, or Tchaikovsky or something. They usually. So that's why I was not thinking of the Mozart. But, by the way, since we're talking about Mozart violin concertos, a lot of the things that are difficult about playing the flute concerto, you can also practice in other Mozart concertos. There's a wonderful Bernreiter transcription of the clarinet concerto. A lot of similar things that you can be practicing in that. Violin concertos, there's a lot that works, a lot that doesn't work, but you can, find, so, learning to control, think about the harmony, think about the phrasing, it's all the same. It's all the same. That's why we play Mozart in an audition. I got a little bit off track there, sorry, but just talking about the Mozart again, and there are other Mozarts to play. Oh yeah, that was it, the preparation breath, getting you, paw. So that feeling, if I ask you to say you don't have to sing, but to say your loudest paw, how do you do that?
Paw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't go, paw. It's not going to work. You can try it. If you don't believe me, try it in your practice room. It's impossible to get paw sound if you paw. It's sort of paw. Imagine how that shape of that note is. What if it were turned into an object? What would it be? That first G.
Like a half ball, like the ball.
Yeah, good. Okay, there's not the right answer and the wrong answer, but sometimes thinking in shapes of notes, not only shapes of phrases, can really help you find the center more easily. Because the first note is the important one of this bar. Bum, ba bum. It doesn't matter if you crack a low D, but it matters if we miss the G, because it's a G major concerto. Yeah, should we try one more time?
Okay.
So how are we going to plan the breathing? So you're going to pick up the flute here. Out, in, for example.
Out and out. Yeah, okay.
Let's try that, something like that.
Okay.
They don't know what I just said, so it's up to you to feel, but... G's. Without it being longer, because it's only a quarter note, can it feel as if it's taking up a bit more space? Pum, bum, ba, bum. Pum, bum, ba, bum. Yeah, because the D is such a resonant note on the flute, it's built in D, right? So D is a really good note on the flute. And the G needs a little bit of help. Okay. Like 5% more on G and 5% less on D.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, now the whole first bar, only 4 beats. Beautiful. What you did differently, when you played the next bar, you used the 4th beat as the trampoline to get to the next. Down, up, jing, bum, ba, bum, bum. That's gesture Remember the hierarchy: first beat, third beat, second and fourth.
Okay.
Unless there's a reason when he does something like ya ba da ba da ba da ba ya da 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 da. He writes this as a small note. That means that's important. The G's not so important. 5 1 5 1 5 1 and a go. 1 going on. Okay. Last time beginning. How did the breathing feel?
Good. Yeah. More stable. Yeah.
And then your brain has something to do.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Nice breathing. I wonder whether we can feel the G just a little bit more generous.
Okay.
Are you afraid of it breaking or something?
Maybe, but.
Oh, I once threw that G all over the ceiling of the Concertgebouw. It just went down. It was horrible, but it had feeling.
Okay.
The rest of the concerto went rather well. It was all. Oh dear. Let's risk throwing it all over the ceiling.
Okay.
Just, you know why? Because I feel as if you're not really playing for us. You're playing for your lovely music stand.
Okay.
Thing, it feels ever so slightly rushing within each beat. So your pulse is good, but I feel that every time we have this cell, and it's a very natural thing. Whenever we have, it doesn't matter in Mozart or Martinu or Marais, whatever. Dia ta ta dia ta ta dia ta ta dia ta ta. Take care that the second note, in making it elegant and lifting it slightly, that it doesn't get too early. Dia ta ta 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 dia. Can you just say me dia ta ta ta? Say dia ta ta 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 dia ta ta. Yeah, better. And now play me this one. Dia ti ta dia ti ta ti. This tempo. One more. And the next bar. Yeah, it's slightly out of control. We're doing it slowly, so it takes a little getting used to. One more time, the second bar. Can you take out the second note of each group? Good, and now add it. Excellent, bit faster. Excellent, bar before. Okay, this is a tiny bit under tempo, but now it sounds in control. There's a tendency for it all to sound a little bit rushed within. Once again, the pulse was good. I felt you were in control of the pulse, but within each beat there was a kind of rushing quality. Okay. But I leave you to think about that. What bar number is this? The tutti we just got to?
It's 44. It's the tutti.
Just this tutti? Yeah. So that's another place where you can breathe much earlier.
Yeah.
However soft you play it, keep the control of the articulation.
Okay.
Does the second beat need to be so important and loud and shiny and interesting? Rhythmic here, da-da-da-da-da, melodic. Second beat's not important.
Okay.
Listen. Nice. So there's another second beat which doesn't need to be accented. 2 bars before this flute solo, bar 58. So 1 bar to breathe out. Okay, one more time.
Yeah,
So you get 2 bars, 1 bar to breathe out, 1 bar to breathe in. Again, the breath is, I think this is just something you need to practice and really think about before it comes second nature.
Yeah.
2 bars before.
No, I think I was for one, but I don't remember.
Who wants to sing the text with me? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love you if you love me.
Yeah.
So no hiccup.
Okay.
Just the tutti before it. Personally, I would do più forte in 85 just because we're coming to a strong cadence point.
Yeah, I heard yesterday, but I tried both ways, and I just have to.
It's not right and wrong, but
okay.
Just explaining why I think I prefer a più forte just because we're coming to strong, especially if you only play the exposition.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, it's a little bit forward, back.
Yeah.
But good, very nice. I love you if you love me. Good. Just something which you might like to try. Bar 60, when we have the scale going from A to A, we're going upwards opening, right?
Yeah.
Kind of crescendo. You could try the other way around in bar 70, if you want. Because it's going to somewhere so different. Shall we just try that? Why don't we go from bar 66, Misterioso bar? Great diminuendo, but then stay there on the first. It went. Where is it the tradition that on the birthday cake you get your face put in the birthday cake?
Everywhere.
No.
We always eat it.
Huh?
We always eat it.
Yes, exactly. Don't waste good food. The chromaticism is where it gets exciting.
Okay.
And then it's taking us to the next bar. Same place, 66. Open. Yeah, lovely, lovely.
Okay.
Again, you don't have to do it, but it's maybe a nice idea, and maybe for showing the jury, I don't have to crescendo when I'm going up. I can also do diminuendo when I go up.
Okay.
Yeah? Thinking a bit more calculated. How can I use the material? Okay, let's see a little bit of second movement. Lovely tempo, not slower than this, I think.
Yeah.
It's nice and it's singing in their space, but it's maybe in danger of being on the rather slow side. Technically, take care that we can hear the repeated notes. For example, over the bar line of 14, that we hear 2 F sharps. I'm quite close and almost I couldn't hear it. The bar line of bar 15, the 2 Gs. Those sort of places, just that we have the definition. So just a little reminder that in classical music, a slur, a legato bow is almost always some kind of release. And you do it in the beginning almost a little too well. Dear, dear, dear. Don't forget the long line as well. Okay. You're not wrong, but take care it doesn't get more exaggerated than this. What I think is nice to emphasize in bar 12 and 13 is that we have 2 and 2 and 4. And so we have that chromaticism in the group of 4 that really feels different. But the same sort of rule applies to like the last 3 notes of bar 14. So there are 2 ways of playing a repeated note. One is to make the second one with a strong attack. Obviously, we don't want that in this context because we come out of character. But so the other way to do it is to just release the first one a little bit. Ba, bum, 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 bum. So feeling the first G, for example, at the end of bar 14. Dee-dum, pee-da-dee-dum, ba-da-dee-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dee-da-dum. Good. Again, there are several places here where there are quite long rests. Use them.
Okay.
Especially when you're in an audition context and maybe more excited than normal. Make sure that you use that moment to focus on the air coming in or how relaxed you're standing or whatever.
Okay.
So that you really sort of regain your calm feeling in those moments. There are quite a lot of them, aren't there?
Yeah.
I mean, like bar 20 and bar 22, and I felt as if you didn't really make maximum use of those moments. But otherwise, very nice. I liked a lot of that. Really beautiful sound. Take care that the triplet in bar 15. Da da dee da dum 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 ya da da dum ya da da dum. Actually, everyone who's played this, I've forgotten to say it before. It's turning into ya da da dum ya da da dum.
Okay.
Triplets are really juicy, rhythmic tension moments. I would like to pick it up from the upbeat to 17, the 2E upbeat. Now, what happens here, if we just analyze it a little bit, I don't know what an E is. Close. The 6, ya da da da, and Mozart puts this D, ya da 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 da, yom bum ba 7th, ya da 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 dum, da da dee da 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 da, octave, no emphasizing.
Okay.
So just think, can we do that without the piano? No piano for the moment, just on your own. So it's the beginning of the C sharp and how that relates to the E that's shiny. It doesn't become shiny halfway through.
Okay.
Same harmony, first half of that bar. Seventh. Emphasis. Octave. So I would say maybe we don't need to play crescendo into bar 19. We have the octave there, and then there's no emphasis on the E. Because yeah, exactly, because he writes the small D, the small E, nothing in the last bar. So for maybe we can think of this last bar as being more semplice. Wait, one more time. So it's about C sharp to E to C sharp. It's about the 6th, 7th octave. Relax.
Okay.
I always learned that this A is tied over. It's not original, but almost into a kind of head voice character. I would just like to put the magnifying glass, the microscope, over these 3 E's. Good. The first two are beautiful. How can we make sure that the E on the first beat of the bar sounds a little bit more important? Is that the word I'm looking for? So we've got up bow, down bow.
Okay.
Up. It starts with a vowel. Up, down. So maybe use words to help you. Do I mean maybe a little clearer attack on the third E, maybe? Mm-hmm. Ha, ha, da. Okay, and then di-a-ta-ta. You know what we talked about in the first movement? Mm-hmm. Di-a-ta-ta, di-a-ta-ta. Here as well. Di-a-ta-ta, di-a-ta-ta, di-a-ta-ta-ta. Mm-hmm. Of course, not short, but can be more defined than you're making.
Okay.
One more.
Oh, sorry.
It was going to happen, wasn't it? Sorry, it's because I'm coming in and you're oh! Now, what was I going to say? Oh, yes, I think your tongue is getting in the way of the third one. Dom, dom, dom. Can you just think about the position of where your tongue is? Even if it takes a little bit longer to articulate these three notes for the moment. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Just before you play the third note, your tongue kind of gets in the way and doesn't do anything yet. Yes.
Okay.
Just a bit cleaner, isn't it, on the third note? Mm-hmm. And I think you're being so delicate with the up bows, up beats. When we get to the strong E, be strong about it.
Okay.
I think with the tongue as well.
Okay.
Last time with the di-a-ta-ta. Just give me the di-a-ta-ta. Yes, I think that much.
Okay.
That sounds elegant and clean.
Yeah.
We understand it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's try with the piano. Let's do the very beginning again. It's so nice.
Okay.
Beginning. I hear you working very hard to connect the low D to the F sharp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're playing on the violin, you would change string anyway. So it doesn't matter if we hear tiny fraction of air between. It's not legato.
Okay.
The slurs are slightly too clipped. Dom, da, di, da, dom, dum, da. Can we keep the definition, but also keep the long line?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So just your upbeat is enough. Great. You wanted to play the cadenza as well?
Yeah.
We've got 2 minutes left until Tim gets cross with me.
So I wrote it a bit myself and also a bit like from
Okay.
others, so like, yeah.
Okay. So I don't know that I would have known when to come in at the end. I feel as if the end comes a little suddenly, or you don't quite prepare us. There's all that intricate work.
I don't have the...
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Sorry.
And then from there until the end, I feel as if there's a bar missing, or you need to add a few beats. Have you written it out in 4/4, more or less?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because I think I like the beginning very much. I got a little bit lost, like, which concerto is this the cadenza for?
Looks like my cadenza. Only it reminded me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I just got a little bit lost. I wonder whether you can have something a little bit more clearly related to the harmony or the, it doesn't have to be from the flute part, but maybe from the violin part or something. So that was a little question mark. You know what I mean? At the beginning there were some octaves and E's and F sharps and stuff. And then I liked all the this was fun. It's always nice if you can get a little sort of, not a laugh, but a little kind of wink in somewhere to, and this was very nice. But then just as I say, the end of it seemed a little, and we're back.
Yeah.
Needs a little bit more preparation for the orchestra, I think.
Okay.
But otherwise, jolly well stolen and composed around. That was fun.
Okay,
nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Good. I think we'll just take a little break now, just 10 minutes, open some windows, get some fresh air, and say thank you very much to Brina.